Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School. Tonight, the Lady Trojans welcome in the Lady Boxers of Brockton High School. Alongside Skip Crossman, I'm Brian Berard. This is really a tale of two different teams. Brockton coming into this game 5-4, 1-1 in Big Three play. Bridgewater Rainham 7-4, 2-0 in the OCL, and riding an impressive 5-game winning streak. Skip, I know you had the opportunity to talk to both the coaches before the game, and what were they telling you a little bit about tonight's game?
Well, Brockton comes in, Chris Conley, the coach, comes in saying not expecting a lot, knows Bridgewater Rainham has a decent team, and he didn't want to get too far ahead of himself, but he said, you know, we're not as talented as we've been in the past. Let's see what happens during the game. So he's kind of downplaying, I guess, the expectations for the team, and maybe rightfully so. Bridgewater Rainham coming in on that five-game win streak has had some impressive wins.
Bridgewater Rainham this year starting off with a double overtime loss to Whitman-Hanson. Traded some wins and losses to start the year, and as I just mentioned, a 5-game winning streak, and they're looking to add it to 6 right here. And we'll get things going from Bridgewater Rainham as the Boxers have won the opening tip, and they look to get an early start on this game. One player you're going to have to watch out for the Brockton Boxers is Nailani Montero, is absolute scoring machine for the Lady Boxers, as Wint puts that one in, gives a 2-0 lead to the Boxers. Kaylee Matalonis will bring it up now for the Trojans. And a quick 3 right there from the Trojans to take back the lead. Well, actually just take their first lead, not take it back. Long pass up to Wint, puts it up. No good.
Nice save on the side there by Metalunas.
Metalunas looking for Reagan, also plays for the girls soccer team in the fall. No good there. Brockton retains possession. Wint brings it in, kicks it out. 3 is no good.
Nice rebound there by Bridgewater Rainham.
Some fast basketball here so far, back and forth. 3-2 Trojans. Wide open look for 3, and that's no good. That was Shannon Lynch going for 3. Brought down by Elizabeth Williams. Poor pass right there into the middle, intercepted by Bridgewater Rainham. A 3-on-2 break. Kicks it out to Matt Talonis, goes up for the fake. For the easy 2. Not quite. That's going to be brought down by Wint.
Wint's second rebound. She's strong under the boards.
A long 2 right here, and that's going to be just a little to the right, and that was Wint again.
Nice hustle by 33. Annalisa Fernandez, she forced it off the Bridgewater Rainham player to retain possession.
Wint with the ball. Brings it back out top to Elizabeth Williams. Going to go back down low to Wint. And that's Fernandez going up for it and gets fouled, so she'll get 2 free throws in the game's first foul. So 2 quick buckets here, one for each team, and scoring has slowed down a little bit.
First foul of the game by Bridgewater Rainham's Nina Morrison.
Fernandez first free throw up and good. Ties the game at 3.
Gets the friendly roll off that rim.
A little too far off the back iron, brought down from Bridgewater Rainham. Matalonis is going to bring it up the court now, slows it down.
Second rebound by Nina Morrison.
Shannon Lynch with the ball, back up to Matalonis, back to Lynch. Trying to force that one down low to Nina Morrison. No connection there. And Williams will bring it up for the Brockton Boxers, brings it up to Wint. Kicks it out to Montero. Montero now brings it back out to Williams. Williams going to drive that one to the hole, puts it up. A little too far. Some scruffle under the rim, and Bridgewater Rainham will get possession. Good job by Piche. Matt Talonis will now bring it up for the Trojans again, 3-3 with just over 5.5 left in the first quarter. Finds Lynch. Back over to Lynch, to Matt Talonis. Matt Talonis trying to force one over to Piche.
Intercepted by Williams there in the middle.
Williams looking for Wint again, no good. Matt Talonis brings it up.
This bucket.
Puts it up and in. That was actually Matt Talonis that put it in. Williams again. Finds Fernandez. Fernandez driving to the hole. Good defense right there, puts it up. Front rims it there, and that's going to be brought down by Brooke Reagan. Now brings it back up to Matalonis, who brings it up the court for the Trojans. Over to Shannon Lynch. Lynch back to Matalonis, down low.
We had a pass underneath the bucket there.
For three. That's going to be a little off the mark, but brought down and one. That's Brooke Reagan right there. Great rebound, puts it right back in and gets the and one for the three-point play. So one foul aside here for the Boxers and the Trojans.
Wynn picks up that foul, so that's important for the Boxers.
Fails to convert the and one, but a rebound right there from PJ. Good rebounding so far from the Lady Trojans. Matalonis now with the ball, brings it up to the top. Over to Shannon Lynch. And a deep two attempt there for PJ and puts it in. The Trojans take a 9-3 lead over the Lady Boxers. Down low for Fernandez and gets hacked as she puts it up and in. So a three-point opportunity here now for Wint.
Wint has 4 points, 4 out of the 5 Boxer points so far.
And converts the and one.
Make it 5 out of 6. Good rebounding by the Lady Trojans. In fact, they're on the glass every time the Boxers let one go. So they've had 2 or 3, out-rebounded them by 2 or 3 already off the defensive glass.
Yeah, a couple opportunities for the Lady Trojans for second chance points as they have a 9-6 lead here with just under 4.5 minutes in the first quarter. You know, both these teams exchanged 2 quick buckets. They kind of slowed down a little bit, and then some sloppy play down low, got some fouls. Both teams, well, actually, the Trojans have 2 fouls. The Boxers only have 1 at the moment, but kind of a back-and-forth game. You know, Bridgewater-Rainham, as we mentioned, going for their 6th straight win. Brockton coming off of a loss, so they don't want to start a losing streak for them. But, you know, so far you have to like what you see from Bridgewater-Rainham, especially on the offensive glass. As you mentioned, Skip, the second chance points are really what's keeping Bridgewater-Rainham with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, the Lady Boxers are trying to go for the juggler on their long court passes, and they're just not there. Trojans have intercepted at least 2 so far, so see if they can continue to have a little defensive edge here.
Looks like Rebecca Tennis came in for the Lady Boxers. Trying to find Morrison there, couldn't connect and turned over, and Brockton now takes the ball with a chance to maybe take the lead. Nice little move right there from Fernandez, and she gets another opportunity for a 3-point play.
First foul there by Lynch. 3rd team.
Fernandez is able to convert the 3-point play, and we're tied at 9 with under 4 minutes left in the first period. Matalonis brings up the ball, for the Trojans. Finds PJ. Finds the Lynch, back to PJ, back to Matalonis. Long 3, just a little short. That was Shannon Lynch off the front rim. And Brockton will have possession. Poor pass right there from Tanis to Williams. Finds Fernandez. Well, could have had an open shot right there, but Smith passed it up. Williams now trying to find an open room, some open room.
Little tentative there. Thought she would have taken it to the hoop.
Williams tries to put that one off the glass, but nothing doing there. And the second team foul called on the Brockton Boxers. As Lorenzo will now check in for the Lady Boxers.
So the 2 scorers for the Lady Boxers both have a single foul, but they're the only scorers for the Lady Boxers.
PJ over to Matalonis, back to PJ for 3. Just a little to the left and rebound by Brockton. We're going to push this one up the court now. Tries to go off the glass and no good. Matalonis brings that one down. Tanis going up for that one.
Nice aggressive play by Annalisa Fernandez. She forced that turnover there.
Kenzie Matalonis now will check in for the Lady Trojans. Fernandez puts it up, no good, and that's going to be brought down from Lynch. Try to force that one down low to Morrison, but they're able to get it back for three off the glass. No good, but brought down yet again from the Trojans and
Nice.
ripped away. But before, they're going to call a jump ball right there.
The arrow main possession.
Matalonis will inbound this.
Nice hustle by Nina Morrison.
Kind of surprised by that one. Wasn't expecting to get the pass. Was Brooke Reagan, but she goes up and gets a foul. So 2 free throws here for Brooke Reagan.
Ilana Montero picks up the foul for the Lady Boxers.
Both teams at 3 fouls now. Reagan's first free throw is short. Looks like Victoria Dacey will be coming in for Reagan. Second free throw was also not good, but still brought down from the Trojans. Matalonis for 3 in the corner, just a little far. And that's brought down by Williams. Brings it up the court now for the Boxers. Great job to find Fernandez. Over in the corner, a long 3 attempt for the Boxers, no good.
Nice rebound there by Matalonis.
That was Montero going for 3. And Reagan going up for the layup, gets swatted away. Bridgewater Rainham will retain possession. Dacey will now come in for Reagan. Lynch will inbound this for the Trojans. Finds Dacey, back to Lynch. Lynch all the way to Matalonis for 3. Just a little to the right, no good. Scrum under the basket, and Bridgewater Rainham will retain possession.
That was a tough one. I thought it was off the BR.
Bridgewater Rainham early on dominating the offensive glass. Finds Lynch. Back over to Matalonis, got quick double team. Good passing here for the Trojans. That's Newcomb for 3 and gets it. Some great passing right there from the Trojans to set up a 3, and they now lead 12-9. Williams now for Brockton. Fernandez now looking for anyone to pass the ball to. Luckily did not have that one intercepted. And there's going to be another jump ball, and that's going to be Brockton possession.
Nice hustle. Kaylee Matalonis tipped the ball and then went and tied Fernandez up there.
So
Nice hustle.
Smith and Wint will come back in for the Lady Boxers. Just over 1:30 left in the first quarter. Finds Williams. Williams to Fernandez for 3, and she ties it up just like that. Nice shot right there from Fernandez. Well, almost stepped out of bounds right there. I think the Trojans may have got away with one.
They did get away with one.
Here you go. You see some good, nice passing here from the Trojans yet again. And a nice shot right there from Shannon Lynch. Put it up, and the Trojans take the 14-12 lead.
Leading scorer for the Lady Trojans right there.
Fernandez going in, looking for a foul, but no call there. Bridgewater Rainham will push this up. Matalonis for 3. Puts it in. 17-12 lead for the Trojans. 40 seconds left now in the first period. First quarter, I should say. Playing basketball, not cocky here. Brockton looking to tie it up with a 3 of their own, but that doesn't go in.
Lady Trojans owning the glass right now, both ends.
And a deep 3 right here. Well, figuring why not? The 3s have been going in. Keep trying. Good aggressive defense here from the Lady Trojans. Williams tries to force it down low, looking for Wint. Over the outstretched hands, and Bridgewater Rainham will have an opportunity to take the last shot of the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't know if Brockton really wants Annalise Fernandez handling the ball coast to coast. Looks like she should be setting up down low.
Matalonis over to her sister into the corner. Looking for Dacey. Back to Matalonis. Some poor play right there. 3 seconds left. And that's going to be blocked from Matalonis, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Bridgewater Rainham taking a 17-12 lead. Clearly dominating the offensive glass. But Skip, what are your takeaways from the first quarter?
Just aggressive play by both sides. I mean, you take away Annalise Fernandez, she has 6 points, 6 of the 12 Lady Boxer points, and she's been the dominant rebounder. She's been diving for all the loose balls. I mean, she's played a heck of a quarter, and you know, only down by 5 points.
So Bridgewater Rainham coming into this game, they average about 54.9 points a game and average holding their opponents to 46.2 points a game. And the thing about the Trojans in the first quarter, they have a plus 30 scoring margin. In the second quarter, they're plus 36, and in the third quarter, they're plus 31. So Bridgewater Rainham really does a great job of getting out to these big leads in the first half and maintaining them in the third quarter. But when it comes to the fourth quarter, they only have a plus 2 point advantage. So we kind of wonder if maybe that depth that Bridgewater Rainham seems to be lacking catches up to them later on in the games.
Yeah, they scored so many points early on. The first 3, they're out of gas, too.
That absolutely could be it.
But Cheryl's gone 8 deep now on the bench, which is pretty good. I'm not sure if Brockton's quite gone that deep, but you see people coming off the bench. They're fresh, they're running, and they're running full court, so that's a good sign.
So the leading scorers for the Trojans this senior is Kaylee Matalonis, has 117 on the year, and Shannon Lynch, who has 100 on the year, and Nina Morrison has 84. So 2 scorers with over 100 points in the season for the Lady Trojans.
And as it breaks out, both Lynch and Matalonis have 5 points of the Lady Trojans, 17.
So we start off the second quarter here, and Bridgewater Rainham looking to add on to their lead. Another jump ball. I believe that's going to stay with the Trojans.
Nice hustle by Kenzie Matalonis tying up Jalea Smith.
Stand corrected, that's actually going to go to Brockton. So a press here from the Trojans works. You got to watch that foot. The Coach Seavey was trying to get a timeout.
Yeah. Fernandez was good. She put her foot down and kind of forced the lady into a backcourt situation.
So Fernandez with the ball now for the Boxers, trying to find any room back out to Williams.
Kylie Lopes looks like she's guarding her. Man.
Wide open, a 3 for Lorenzo. Airballed it, sent it over, and Bridgewater Rainham will now take possession.
Yeah, Jalea Smith was just on the back, on the end line there when she took the pass or got the rebound.
So Layla DePina will now check in for the Lady Boxers. And Kaylee Matalonis will bring this one up for the Trojans. Over to Dacey now. Nice move going to the hoop. Puts it up and in.
That was Kenzie Matalonis.
That's Kenzie Matalonis. And Kaylee Matalonis with the defense right there. Forces the turnover for the Boxers, and Bridgewater Rainham will have an opportunity to even expand on this lead a little bit more.
See it, they're just hustling both ends of the court.
Rebecca Tanis checks back into the game for the Lady Boxers.
You see Annalisa Fernandez sitting down for the first time in the game.
Kaylee over to Kenzie. Kenzie Matalonis tries to drive in, gets into the paint, puts it up. No good. That one's brought down from DePina. And Williams going to bring this ball up now for the Lady Boxers. Nice move from there from Williams to get down low. There's going to be a foul called, looking to find Jade Wint underneath.
It's on the floor, not a shooting foul.
Wint back up to Williams at the top. Lost her dribble, she has to find a pass and makes an errant throw. And that's another turnover for the Lady Boxers.
Yeah, Rebecca Tanis just couldn't quite gather that pass. Probably a little bit too high.
High off the glass, no good, but another offensive rebound there for the Lady Trojans, and yet another jump ball.
Yeah, Kenzie Matalonis there just hustled in, smallest person in the backcourt there, and she out hustled the Brockton defender.
So possession will stay with the Trojans. Matalonis will throw this one in for the Trojans. Once again, trying to find the
Nice
paint, gets
play.
inside. Good job there from Nina Morrison to put it up and in off the glass, and the Trojans take a 9-point lead. And an interception right there from Matt Talonis as she's going to push it up to the court. Nice pass, good idea. Didn't quite connect there, looking for Dacey. And that was Morrison trying to put it in again from the paint, but nothing doing. And the Lady Boxers are going to take a timeout. And we'll take one as well when we return. Some more high school girls basketball here for Bridgewater-Rainham Regional High School. Welcome back to Bridgewater-Rainham Regional High School. 5:56 left in the second quarter. Trojans have a 21-12 lead over the Lady Boxers. Bridgewater-Rainham looking for their 6th straight win now. Having a pretty impressive season, as we mentioned before. Kind of traded some wins and losses earlier in the year and figured some things out. And they look like a very strong team, especially on the offensive glass and passing. This Bridgewater-Rainham really has just been doing a great job dominating with the ball.
Little over 2 minutes in the second period. Bridgewater-Rainham has outscored the Lady Boxers 4-0.
Fernandez drives it into the hole, puts it up off the glass, and that's no good. Brought down from Lopes. Kenzie Matalonis now brings it up for the Lady Trojans. Pick and roll right there. Gets it out to Piche. Piche back to Matalonis.
Oh, nice pass inside by Lopes.
Some good passing here from the Trojans. Matalonis for 3. Short rims it, but another offensive rebound for the Lady Trojans.
Dacey with the nice rebound.
Yeah, put this up as the shot clock was expiring and couldn't get a quality shot off there. Brockton avoids that. That was Kaylee Lopes on the shot for the Trojans. Williams to Fernandez. Gets double teamed. Finds Wint back up to Williams. Williams drives into the paint, throws one up, and gets fouled, and she'll go to the line shooting 2.
Kylie Piche's first foul.
So Lady Boxers have still yet to score in the third quarter here.
Good thing about the fouls, they're spread out over 5 people.
And Williams' first shot is no good. And the second one goes, and that's the end of the scoring drought for the Lady Boxers as they finally put their first points on the board in the second quarter. 21-13 Trojans, under 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. It's a good ball moment here from the Trojans. Trying to get this one into the paint. Boxers doing a good job making sure they can't get there. Layup attempt there from Dacey, can't go. Fernandez brings the ball up for the Boxers. A 3, nope. That was Jayla Smith. Offensive rebound for the Boxers. Another offensive rebound for the Boxers. Starting to show a little bit of life now, the Lady Boxers are in the second quarter. Williams is going to drive in. Almost gets the and 1, and she'll go back to the line shooting 2.
Jade Wint had the 2 rebounds for the Lady Boxers on that end of the court. Kylie Piche picks up her second foul.
Looks like Reagan and Matalonis will be coming back in for the Trojans. First free throw from Williams is good. And Shannon Lynch will also be coming back into the lineup for the Lady Trojans. Williams to attempt her second free throw here. That one's no good, brought down by the Trojans. And another jump ball here as Coach Seavey was looking for a timeout but couldn't get it, so Brockton will retain possession.
Nice effort there by Brooke Reagan.
Fernandez will inbound this one for the Trojans over to Wint. Back up to Williams. Williams back to Fernandez. Gets into the paint, turns around, puts one up. And she'll go to the line shooting two, so a couple of fouls here for the Trojans. We have 6 straight free throws for the Lady Boxers.
Second foul by Shannon Lynch.
And the Boxers are now in the bonus. Fernandez's first free throw is nothing but net.
First points in the second half for Annalisa Fernandez. Second quarter, I'm sorry.
And the second one goes in, gets a friendly bounce. As Beauvais will now check in for the Lady Trojans. Brockton looking to go for a full court press here. And it seems to work so far. And Coach Seavey finally gets that timeout. Good full court press there from the Lady Boxers, forces of what could have been a turnover.
You're right. If you keep calling it long enough, you're finally going to get it. She had her player down in the court with no chance of getting up without being called for a foul.
So the Trojans lead by 5 with under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. And the junior varsity team right before us had a convincing win over Brockton. So Brockton looks like they're starting to wake up a little bit more now here in the second half, playing a little bit more aggressively, offensively and defensively, trying to get into the paint, get those high percentage shots. They just had 6 free throws in a row. So Brockton starting to play their game that we know that they can play, because even though, Skip, we mentioned it in the pregame, you don't really know what to expect from Brockton. They're starting to play with a little bit of kind of that swagger that we know that Brockton basketball can play with.
A little bit of intensity. It's funny, too, because I've seen Jade Winter on the court in the second quarter here, and she's let, I don't think she's let a shot go yet. She's rebounded and passed pretty well, but Annalisa Fernandez is really doing everything for the Lady Boxers.
The Boxers go, well, they started off with a full court press. Matt Talonis will now bring this up for the Trojans. And Talonis finds Beauvais. Beauvais trying to get into the paint. Nothing there. Kickball is well, they're going to call it travel, actually, so that's a turnover for the Lady Trojans. Looking for Nina Morrison. As Kenzie Matalonis will check in for Victoria Dacey.
Looks like the Lady Trojans have their shooters on the floor right here. Nice hustle by Kenzie.
Looks like the Trojans trying to go for the half-court trap right there. Kenzie was able to slow it down, so Brockton gets to reset. Jayla Smith will throw this one into Williams. Williams finds Montero. Over the Wint, back over to Fernandez, drives into the lane, puts it up. No good, and that's going to be rebounded by Morrison.
She was just a little bit out of control there in her drive to the hoop.
Kenzie Matalonis now. Nice pass right there. Couldn't convert, though, was Brooke Reagan.
Too easy, wide open.
Now Fernandez brings the ball up, and she gets double-teamed, and there's going to be another jump ball.
Well, if you look at it, there's only 3 people that have scored for Brockton, and right now Annalisa Fernandez is the leading scorer. So cover their shooter, and looks like he can keep them under control.
Mackenzie will inbound it to Kaylee. Finds.
Oh, nice roll.
Nice little roll right there from Nina Morrison to put it in. The Trojans take a 23-16 lead. Just over 2.5 remaining in the first half. Williams faked a 3. Over to Smith. She's going to take a 3, and she's going to make the 3. Cuts the lead to 4 now for the Lady Trojans.
First points of the game for Jalea Smith.
Beauvais now over to Matalonis. Matalonis puts up a 3 and nothing but net. Answers right back with a 3 of her own. Fernandez brings it up for the Boxers. Almost turned it over. A nice spin move. She's going to go right into the paint. And that's going to be a charge on the Lady Boxers.
I think the Lady Trojans got away. It looked like their feet were moving when Annalise Fernandez was driving.
Looks like she also had Montero open on the wing if she wanted it.
Yeah, there were options there. So that's Annalise Fernandez's second foul, so coaches made her aware of that.
Matulonis over to Boves, and she's going to 10-3, and she's going to make the three. That puts the lead to double digits for the Trojans as they're up 29-19 with 1:50 left in the first half. Trojans go back to that half-court trap, and the Boxers are able to break it. Williams now finds Wint, turns around at the free throw line. A little too much, and that's brought down.
Nice zone defense here by the Lady Trojans.
Matulonis now brings the ball up for the Lady Trojans. Once again, you see some of that great passing. Kenzie Matulonis over to her sister Kaylee. Nice fake move.
Wide
and
open.
Brooke Reagan, and she gets swatted. And actually, they're going to call a foul. That was Rebecca Tanis on the defense, but committing the foul. So Reagan will go to the line shooting two. Now, the Trojans, not a really good free throw shooting team. Average 45% on the season.
You would think with such shooters, good shooters from the open court, things as easy as a foul shot or things you can repeat and get good at pretty easily. It's not quite the same talent from shooting from open threes.
First one from Reagan is short. Reagan's second attempt is also no good.
So your 40% free throw shooting is coming into play right now.
A little bit of a scare right there, but Brockton's able to bring down the rebound. Williams now with the ball for the Lady Boxers. Down low to Wint, puts it up and gets the friendly bounce. And the Boxers get into the 20s now, 29-20, under a minute left in the second quarter.
That's Jade Wint's first points of the second period.
Boves takes a three. She made it from there earlier. That one's a little strong. And that's going to be the foul on Kenzie Matulonis. The Boxers will go to the line shooting 1-1 as they're in the bonus.
Second foul by Kenzie. So three Trojans with two fouls. Piche with two, Shannon Lynch with two, and Kenzie Matulonis with two. Dacey get set to come in for the
and Wint makes the second free throw. Makes them both.
nothing but net.
46 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Matulonis brings the ball up as usual. That one's a little short. That was Dacey.
Nice defense there by Kayla Matulonis. She poked that ball away.
Looks like Matulonis will go to the line shooting two. As the foul is called on Williams for the Lady Boxers.
Her first. One away from the bonus for the Lady Boxers.
First one is good for Matulonis. And the friendly bounce and a friendly roll. 2 for 2 at the line for Kaylee Matulonis.
10 points for Kaylee.
And Wint brings up the ball for the Lady Boxers. Finds Smith over to Williams. Showing all the respect in the world, tries to go down low for Wint. That's going to be deflected, and Boxers will retain possession. 18 seconds left on the shot clock, 19 on the game clock.
Nice hands by Victoria Dacey, just stepped in and knocked it away.
Tanis will throw it in for the Boxers. Back up to Williams. About a 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Good passing here from the Boxers. That was a 3 for Wint, but that's no good. And then the rebound bounced around a little bit too long, but no harm, no foul there as the Trojans take a 31-23 lead going into the half. Skip, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Same thing. Trojans are out hustling the Lady Boxers. They're getting to the rebounds. They're getting second shot attempts there, by controlling the offensive glass, and you see them hustling all the time. So just maybe using more bodies is the difference here. Maybe they're a little bit used to running. I don't know, but so far they're looking a little bit more athletic.
So when we return, second half action here from the regional, Bridgewater-Rainham 31, Brockton 23. We'll be back. You're watching BR Girls Basketball on Bridgewater Television. Welcome back to second half action here of Bridgewater-Rainham Girls Basketball. Alongside with Skip Crossman, I'm Brian Berard. You're watching BR Girls Basketball on Bridgewater Television. BR took a 31-23 lead into the half, and they look to expand on that a little bit more as Fernandez now finds Williams for Brockton.
Leading scorers for the Bridgewater-Rainham Trojans, Kaylee Madalonis with 10, and Shannon Lynch with 5. The Brockton top scorers are, as you would think, Fernandez and Wint both with 9 apiece.
So Mantalones now with the ball finds Piche. Piche, a little give and go. And Piche will now go to the line shooting 2. First foul on Brockton in the second half. Excuse me, that's Nina Morrison. Morrison's first is no good.
You're right about the free throw shooting there. Trojans shooting 28%, where the Lady Boxers are shooting 75%.
Morrison's second is also no good, and the Boxers bring down the rebound. Up to Fernandez now will bring up the ball for the Lady Boxers. Fernandez over to Williams. Williams back to Fernandez, looking for Wint down low. Good job right there from Nina Morrison to get the hand in the way to force the turnover. Mantalones now drives it for the Trojans, spins, and that one's going to be stripped away from Williams, and now she has the ball for the Lady Boxers.
Nice hustle by the Lady Trojans getting back on D.
Down low for Fernandez. Good defense right there from Morrison. And now Piche puts it up and almost gets a three-point opportunity, but she'll go to the line shooting 2. So the second foul on the Lady Boxers already.
Elizabeth Williams with her second.
Piche's first shot is good. And the second one is no good. Brought down from Wint. She'll bring the ball up for the Lady Boxers.
Nice steal.
That's going to be a steal from Piche, and she's going to bring it down, and she's going to go up, and no good, and no foul there. And the Boxers will retain possession here as Fernandez brings it up now for the Lady Boxers. Mantalones on defense on her. Back over to Williams, back over to Fernandez. Down low to Wint. They're going to call her for a travel. Piche will throw this in to Mantalones here for the Lady Trojans.
Yeah, the Lady Trojans aren't shy about going up and playing a stiff man-on-man defense. Saw that with Mantalones on Fernandez.
Mantalones over to Lynch. Lynch loses her dribbles, passes it over to Nina Morrison, back over to Lynch, back to Morrison, back to Lynch. And Lynch for three, and a little short. Fernandez brings down the rebound for the Boxers. Fernandez pushes it up, looks for Williams. Williams down low to Wint, puts it up off the glass, but gets fouled in the process, and she'll go to the line, shooting two. The first foul for the Trojans in the second half.
Looks like Nina Morrison picking up her second. You know, for all the hustle and you know, looks that we saw in that first half, we thought the Trojans had a real big advantage in rebounds. It was only 24-22.
And Fernandez puts them both in. Reagan into Piche, brings it up for the Lady Trojans. Nice ball movement for the Trojans, gets down low to Reagan. She goes up, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line shooting two. Both teams exchanging some free throws here in the early going of the third quarter.
Elena Montero picking up her second foul.
Actually, not going to say that was in the act of shooting.
Actually, that's her third. I only had the two.
Nina Morrison puts it in. Up to Fernandez, now down low to Wint. Wint puts it up. High shot, no good. Tries to get her own rebound. And that's going to be stolen for Matalones. Nice little move right there. Nice pass up to Piche, and Brockton's going to take a timeout. Trojans take an 11-point lead with just under 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Kind of a slow start to the third quarter here. Both teams playing a little sloppy, a lot of fouls back and forth, especially with the free throws in Bridgewater Arena. I'm not really capitalizing on those free throws, but still maintaining an 11-point lead here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's that hustle, you know, the steal of the ball on the sideline over there. And Trojans coming out with a 2-on-1 fast break and a nice pass. And a nice finish by Kylie Piche.
So interesting thing here, we see the defense for the Trojans. They average 11.6 steals a game. And they also average, they force 21.3 turnovers a game, so good defensive stats there for the Trojans so far, and we've seen it here. Sometimes they go to a full court press or a half court trap, and it's really kind of frustrating the Boxers, but they have been able to beat it from time to time, and they're trying to go down low to Fernandez a lot, and it's half the time it's working, half the time it's not. So the Trojans aggressively on defense, it's working so far as they hold an 11-point lead.
First half stats, the Trojans and Boxers both have 6 steals apiece, where the Trojans have 7 turnovers. Lady Boxers have 8.
Long pass now from Williams up to Wint. Kind of looking around, waiting for some teammates to get some help. Back to Williams, over to Fernandez. Fernandez takes an awkward three, but puts it in, nothing but net. Looks like she really wasn't square to the basket there, but still goes in.
You know, I thought that was off.
And Piche now brings it in and puts it up off the glass. 10-point lead for the Trojans.
5 points for Kylie Piche in the second half.
A good job right there from Piche getting in the way. Jayla Smith will inbound this for the Boxers. Fernandez now takes the shot. Little strong. And Morrison brings it down. And Carly Birch will now check in for the Lady Trojans.
It's like her first time on the floor tonight.
Subs in for Nina Morrison. A soft press here for the Boxers. Trojans are able to break it. Piche over to Reagan in the corner. Double team there. Trying to force it down low to Birch. And turns it over. And the Boxers are going to turn it over. A couple of turnovers back to back. And that was Shannon Lynch trying to go up with it. No good, and brought down by Wint. Finds Williams, and Boxers are able to control now. Trying to look down low for Wint. No good there. As Birch gets the turnover. And Trojans are going to slow it down a little bit. Kaylee Matalonis brings it up for the Trojans. Getting the attention of 2 Brockton Boxers at the top. Tries to fake the pass outside to Shannon Lynch.
I think she lost the handle on that.
And Ogunbundende is going to check in now for the Lady Boxers. Quite the tongue twister there.
Kemi Ogunbundende.
Williams now with the ball. Looks down low for Smith. Nice pass over to Ogumendinde, but no good there for the Lady Boxers.
A little bit strong on the bunny there.
Shannon Lynch now over. Back over to Matalonis, back over to Lynch. Lynch is going to drive, puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Smith.
Smallest person on the court ended up with it.
Fernandez now brings it up, finds Williams. Some open space here for the Boxers. Williams puts it up, no good. That's going to be rebounded by Birch.
Second rebound in as many minutes for Birch.
Piche brings it up now for the Lady Trojans. Piche over to Matalonis. In the corner for three. No good. That was Shannon Lynch. Second opportunity for the Trojans, and we're going to have a third opportunity for the Trojans.
Nice hustle there by Kylie Piche.
So Piche steps on the line, and it's going to be a turnover.
She got a rebound and a putback, and then tried to single-handedly grab the ball again.
Kenzie Matalonis will now check in for the Lady Trojans. Williams now here with the ball for the Lady Boxers. Finds Fernandez. Fernandez driving to the hole. Kicks it back out to Ogumendinde. And there's going to be another jump ball. That's quite a lot of jump balls that we've had here tonight, Skip.
It is. And, you know, it just shows the aggressive nature of the girls' defense here. They're just right in their face. Good defense.
PJ will bring the ball up for the Lady Trojans. Pick there set by Brooke Reagan. Good defense right there from Peterson. PJ for three. PJ makes it.
PJ's having a second half here. She's got 8 points.
Fernandez with the ball for the Boxers. Nice move. Brings it into the paint. Four Trojans, right there waiting. And a turnover.
Kylie Piche has 8 of the Bridgewater Raynham's 10 points in the third period here. Talk about a spark plug off the bench.
Morrison will check in for Carly Birch. Matalonis now brings the ball up, looking for a sister down low.
Is that alley-oop?
Williams now brings the ball up for the Boxers. Williams over to Fernandez now. Dribbles it off her foot. Tried to save it, no luck there, and the Trojans will take over.
Boxers need to get a ball handler, and they'll let Fernandez, you know, not try to do everything. Rebound, shoot, and bring the ball up.
Boves will check in for the Trojans. And Wint will check back in for the Lady Boxers. Matalonis brings the ball up. Behind the back dribble, nice little move up to Boves. She's going to be called for the travel, so a turnover here for the Lady Trojans. As Lorenzo will check in for Smith. Fernandez will inbound this one to Williams. 41-28, under 2 minutes left in the third quarter here. Went back over to Williams. Gets double teamed. Loses her dribble, but able to retain possession there. Fernandez now with the ball. Fernandez back up to Wint. Wint takes a three, and she makes it. 41-31 now, a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Matalonis will now bring it up, and she's going to find a trap, but they're able to break it up to Piche.
Timeout there by Coach Seavey here to try to keep the troops in line.
You know, smart timeout called right there.
Brockton probably pushing it up a little bit, wanted to get a little bit of a break, a little bit of a rest.
Yeah, Brockton was going to that trap, and as Piche was bringing it up, there was 3 Lady Boxers ready to pounce.
You got to give Lady Boxers credit. They're hustling back and forth down the court, not with success every time, but you just saw that even Ogumendinde there, she was up and down the court on a missed shot.
So after both teams exchanged some early fouls, they played relatively foul-free. The Boxers with 3 fouls, the Trojans with 1.
The only one that appears to be in real foul trouble is Nylena Montero, number 11 for the Lady Boxers. She's got 3. Trojans, Piche has 2. Morrison 2, Shannon Lynch 2, and Kenzie Matalonis has 2.
So Boves will inbound this for the Lady Trojans. 24 on the shot clock. Finds Matalonis. Good passing around the perimeter for the Lady Trojans. Back over to Matalonis.
You get a 2-1-2 zone here by the Lady Boxers.
Boves throws up a three. The Trojans are able to bring it back down. Matalonis, a nice rebound. Boves into the paint. She gets double teamed. And there's a scrum underneath the net. I figured there would be a timeout or a jump ball call, but nothing. But Brockton's able to come away with the ball as Williams finds it now for the Boxers in space. Nice dribbling right there from Williams. Over in the corner for a long three, kind of a line drive shot right there.
Definitely was a line drive.
From Lorenzo. And there's going to be yet another jump ball.
You saw that coming out of her hands. That had a very low success rate.
Dacey will check in for Boves. Fernandez inbounds to Wint. Wint back up top to Williams. Williams down low to Wint. Kicks it back out for three. No good. That was Lorenzo on the three attempt.
Reagan with the rebound.
Up to Piche. No good on the layup. And the Boxers will retain. Get possession back. Williams trying to push it up. And good defense right there from Dacey. Fernandez puts it up. No good. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up again and gets fouled. It's going to be the second call on the Lady Trojans here in the second half, and Fernandez will go to the line shooting two.
Reagan's second foul. We saw Annalise Fernandez come into the hoop there, and she gave a nice elbow to one of the, I believe it was number 14, Nina Morrison. No call, and they're just letting them play.
First one for Fernandez falls. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Trojans with a 41-32 lead. Fernandez attempting her second of two free throws here. And that one goes in.
Back to an 8-point lead for the Lady Trojans.
And the Boxers are going to go back to a full court press, and the Trojans look like they're able to beat that. Well, it's going to be a foul. That's going to be called on number 20, Rebecca Tanis. So 9 seconds left here for the Trojans.
Her second foul, team fourth.
PJ's going to inbound this. Finds Matt Talonis. Back over to PJ for three. Got it. 4 seconds left in the third quarter. PJ with a huge three, and a heave for Fernandez. It's going to be a little short, and the Trojans will hold on to an 11-point lead. So when we come back, we'll have fourth quarter action here from Bridgewater Rainham. BR with the 11-point lead over the Brockton Lady Boxers. Welcome back to Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School. Alongside Skip Crossman, I'm Brian Berard. You're watching BR Girls Basketball on Bridgewater Television. Start of the fourth quarter here. Bridgewater Rainham Lady Trojans with a 44-33 lead over the Lady Boxers, looking for their sixth straight win.
Trojans scoring 13 points in that period and 11 points courtesy of Kylie Piche.
Piche now with the ball. Looks for Matt Talonis. She takes a deep three. A little short off the front iron. Trojans are able to get the rebound. A nice job from the Trojans right there as PJ puts it back in.
Nice hustle by Lopes to Kylie Lopes to save that ball, grab that rebound.
Excuse me, that was Kenzie Matalonis that actually put that one in for the Trojans.
Mm-hmm. Her first points of the second half. She's got 4 for the game.
Fernandez will check in for Tanis. Antalonis now brings the ball up for the Trojans, finds PJ. Into the corner for Shannon Lynch. Didn't like that look. Back out to Matalonis. Lynch going to take that look. Off the front iron. Rebounded by Brockton. Number 11, Montero for the Lady Boxers. Fernandez, she had an open three, but Smith's going to take a three, and she's going to make the three. Matalonis will bring the ball up for the Trojans. Tries the deep pass. Almost got picked off right there from the Boxers. Lynch, she tries to go for the pass, but Williams stuffs her, and she's going to bring it up on the near side. Hits it back over to the middle to Fernandez, and she's going to walk.
That's the problem. You can't have her handling the ball, trying to get rebounds, and then shooting from the open floor. Talk about multitasking.
Boxers look they had something promising there, but the travel will stop that. As PJ now brings the ball up into a half-court trap, is able to break that. Shannon Lynch now with the ball. Finds Morrison down low, back out to PJ. Nice pick and roll right there. That's going to be a three-pointer from Matalonis, no good. That's going to be rebounded by Montero.
Nice hustle by Kylie Lopes to try to tie up the ball down the
Long pass,
Trojans' end.
Long pass to Fernandez, turns around, tries to put it up and in, no good. PJ with the rebound. Brockton sticking with this full court press, and Trojans have been able to beat it several times now. Over to Shannon Lynch. Lynch over to Lopes.
Nice hustle by PJ.
Great hustle by PJ, and Lynch takes the three and makes the three. Great hustle right there, and once again, Bridgewater Raynham, the whole night they've been just dominating the boxes on the offensive glass.
Second effort, that's what it is. Second effort, second chance points.
Well, Fernandez looked like she had Montero wide open on the wing for three, but tried to bring it in, and she gets the foul and goes to the line shooting two. That is the third foul on the Trojans. I'm not going to say that was in the act of shooting. It's on the floor.
Unless I'm mistaken, I already have Lynch with 2 fouls. Okay, they're giving it to Lopes. Sounds right.
So Fernandez will inbound this one for the Lady Boxers. Over to Williams. Williams back to Fernandez at the free throw line. Gets double teamed, and that's stolen from PJ. She's going to go into the paint, put it up. Gets fouled, and 2 free throws coming up for Kylie PJ. PJ has really just taken over in this game in the second half, Skip.
Absolutely. She had that 11-point outburst in the third period. And just aggressive end to end. That's Elizabeth Williams' 3rd foul for the Lady Boxers.
PJ's first goes in.
She looks like the leading scorer for the game so far.
And Kaylee Matalonis will come back in.
I have her with 14.
PJ's second is no good. Rebounded by Fernandez, and she's having herself a good game for the Lady Boxers.
Absolutely.
Smith over to Williams. Williams takes the long three, and that's going to be a little short. Rebounded by Wint, picks it out to Williams. Williams over to Fernandez. She's going to try a three. That's going to be a little too far. And a nice hustle play right there to keep the ball in bounds from Matalonis, and PJ now has the ball. Brings it into the corner.
Nice effort by Kaylee Matalonis to save that ball for the Trojans.
Shannon Lynch with the wide open three, no good. Fernandez with the rebound. Brings it up for the Lady Boxers in transition. Smith finds Williams. Williams looking for some motion, not getting it. Wint takes a three. A little too strong, and that's going to be pulled down from Nina Morrison. PJ going to slow this one down a little bit for the Trojans.
They're up by 13. Why hurry? 4:44 to go in the game. Nice move by PJ. I almost thought she was going to take it to the hoop.
PJ over to Morrison, back to PJ, back to Morrison. Cross court to Shannon Lynch. Nice move, puts it up. No good, a little short, and that's going to be rebounded by Fernandez.
Quickly, the Lady Trojans get back to even out the numbers.
Wynn takes a three, a little short, and that's rebounded by PJ. Once again, slowing it down. Just over 4 minutes left. Trojans have a 49-36 lead here in the fourth quarter. Matalonis finds Shannon Lynch. Back to Matalonis. Matalonis back over to Lynch. She takes a three. It's going to be a little short, and that's going to be rebounded by Wint. Wint now brings the ball up for the Boxers. There's going to be a timeout called by the Lady Boxers. A 13-point lead for the Trojans. Just under 4 minutes left.
Trojans showing no let up here in the fourth period here.
So as I mentioned before, the Trojans only have a +2 margin in points in the fourth quarter this whole season. Looks like they don't care for that stat here tonight.
No, they're going to throw caution to the wind and probably ride Kylie Peachy, see how far she can take her in the fourth period here.
The Trojans outscoring their opponents 147 to 145 in the fourth quarter this season.
Unofficially, I have Kylie Peachy with 14 points, which would be the leading scorer for the Trojans. Unofficially, she'd be the leading scorer in the game. I have Annalise Fernandez with 13 and Jade Wint with 12.
Now we can call it official. We'll go with your stats.
I hate saying that for fear that some mother's going to call me up and say, my daughter had 15.
If anything, we can blame John Luck, our cameraman here tonight.
Absolutely, John Luck.
Always put John in front of the bus. Wint now forces it down low to Fernandez, puts it up, and no good. And there's going to be a foul called on Brooke Reagan. That's the fourth foul on the Trojans.
The referee couldn't get his whistle quick enough.
So Fernandez will go to the line shooting 2. First one no good for Fernandez.
She'd been pretty much money. She was 5 out of 6 prior to that miss.
Kaylee Lopes will check in now for Brooke Reagan. Brooke going to the bench with her third foul. And the second one for Fernandez is good. Matalonis will pass it into the other Matalonis. Kaylee to Kenzie. And Kenzie is able to find Peachy now to break that press for Brockton. Peachy brings it in. Looks like she was looking.
Looks like she's looking for a pass to Daisy, but she got covered quickly by the Boxers and just hit it off one of their legs.
So Kaylee over to Kenzie. Back over to Kaylee. Finds Kaylee Lopes. Back over to Kaylee Matalonis. Over to Kenzie Matalonis. 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and Matalonis is going to have to throw up a 3. No good, a little short. An offensive rebound for the Trojans to take off a little bit more time. Over to Lopes, and she puts that one up, and a little too strong, and trips up Fernandez.
Just out of position there, reaches in and causes the foul.
That's 5 fouls on both sides now here in the second half. Williams finds Wint. Back over to Fernandez, and she couldn't handle that one. Trojans will take over.
You're looking at Annalisa Fernandez, and she looks a little tired. I'd be too if I played her game.
She really has done it all tonight for the Lady Boxers.
And she's even trying to break the press, start the press in the deep defensive end.
So Victoria Dacey tries to force that one over to Kylie Peachy. No luck there. It's going to be a turnover for the Trojans, and Fernandez will inbound this one for the Boxers.
Fernandez saved the ball, too.
DePina will check in. And there's actually going to be a timeout called from the Trojans. So with 2:52 left, the Trojans have a 49-37 lead. We'll be right back here from Bridgewater-Rainham Regional High School. Welcome back to Bridgewater-Rainham Regional High School. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Trojans with a 49-37 lead over the Lady Boxers. Trojans have possession here. Boxers have possession here after a timeout called by Coach Savy of the Lady Trojans. And Williams now bring the ball up for the Lady Boxers. Looking to see a little bit more urgency here from the Lady Boxers, trying to cut into this Trojans lead. Smith now back over to Williams. Williams now is going to drive in. She's going to be fouled by Matalonis. So 2 shots coming up for Williams here, the Lady Boxers.
She called Kenzie Matalonis. I thought Kaylee was on her. She must have reached in.
So if you're the Boxers, this is what you want to be able to do, have the opportunity to score points with the clock stopped. The first one from Williams falls, and it's now an 11-point lead for the Trojans, excuse me. And the second one for Williams is good. So 49-39.
Williams near perfect from the line. She's 5 out of 6.
The Boxers will now take a timeout. That's the 3rd foul on Kenzie Matalonis tonight.
Trojans have Brooke Reagan and Kenzie Matalonis both with 3 fouls, but with 2:38 and a deep bench, it shouldn't be an issue.
Of course, Kenzie Matalonis, the lone freshman on this varsity girls basketball team here for the Lady Trojans. Not playing like a freshman, though.
You never know it, that's right. She looks like a seasoned veteran out there. She handles the ball in the open court. She doesn't look like she's shy about taking a shot. And she's not afraid to make an extra pass here or there.
5 seniors on this squad for the Lady Trojans this year. And it looks like they're trying to build off of their playoff run from last year. The last time the Trojans really had a deep run in the playoffs was 2009 when they made it to the South Sectional semifinals, I believe, when they lost to the Brockton Boxers then. The last, I believe, 3 years have been one and done in the MIA tournament this year, looking to make a deeper run.
PJ, the 2 Matalonises, Dacey, and Morrison for the Lady Trojans.
Trojans are able to break the press right here. An easy layup for Victoria Dacey. Williams going to push the ball up here for the Boxers. Really, if you're the Boxers, you want to score within that first 10 seconds. Williams puts up a deep 3, no good. Rebounded from the Boxers. And I'm not quite sure who Tapina was looking to pass to there, but
Tapina was just trying to get out of that corner. She was double teamed. She knew she was overmanned.
Able to retain possession for the Boxers. Finds Fernandez. Fernandez back over to Tapina. Tapina finds Williams, almost gets intercepted from Matalonis. They're going to call her for the foul.
I have that as her first foul today.
And the scoreboard confirms your suspicion. That is the first foul of the day for Kaylee Matalonis.
Good news, bad news, it's also the Trojans' 7th team foul.
So the Boxers will be going on the line for the remainder of the quarter. Williams' first shot is good. So what you want to do for the Boxers, you want to score with that clock stopped. Williams' second shot. And that's no good. Kenzie Matalonis in a little bit of trouble here.
Nice effort. Nice effort by Williams there to try to steal the ball for the Lady Boxers, but tips the Trojans' way.
PJ will inbound this one for the Trojans. Finds Kaylee Matalonis trying to break that press. So far, they've done a good job of it tonight. PJ over to Matalonis. Got to get it over half court quick, and they do.
Just beat that time clock.
Matalonis over to PJ. PJ finds the other Matalonis for 3. Little strong, no good. Rebounded there from Wint over to Williams. Going to push it up the court now for Brockton.
Minute 39, time's not on their side.
Pina with the 3, a little short. There's going to be a foul on Fernandez.
Her 3rd, team 6th.
Some quick passes here from the Trojans, and the Boxers' press has actually worked. There's going to be yet another jump ball here. It's going to stay with the Brockton Boxers, so a forced turnover. Smith will inbound this one for the Lady Boxers. Finds Wint. She puts up a three. She makes it. PJ now with the ball for the Trojans finds Kenzie Matalonis. She's trying to force it in and it gets turned over. Fernandez now with the ball and Matalonis with some good defense. Now Kenzie Matalonis on D there. Smith puts it up. That's just another line drive and a good rebound there from the Boxers. Williams now with the ball. Falls into a trap. DePina finds Wint for three. High arcing shot, no good, and that's pulled down from Kenzie Matalonis. And there's going to be a foul called, looks like on Fernandez. That's going to be her fourth foul of the evening.
Team 7, so it puts the Trojans at the line for the rest of the period.
That's definitely not what you wanted to do for the Lady Boxers, to give the Trojans an opportunity to score with the clock stopped. So Kenzie Matalonis at the line shooting 1 and 1. And the first friendly bounce goes in.
Lady Boxers have outscored the Trojans 6-2 in the last 2 minutes.
It's a testament to that full court press that they've been able to do. Matalonis' second falls through. So back to a 10-point lead for the Trojans as the Boxers will roll this in to try and save some clock, but Trojans were ready to pounce on that one. Good job from Fernandez to dribble through. Smith for three. Little too strong. Fernandez with the rebound, puts it up and in. Second chance points for the Boxers. Matalonis over to her sister, Kaylee and Kenzie. Nice job right here from the Trojans. It's Dacey now with the ball. She finds Kaylee Matalonis. Trying to play a little bit of keep away, going to the trap, over to Kenzie Matalonis.
The North Carolina four corners.
PJ over to Kenzie Matalonis. There's going to be a foul called on Williams, it looks like.
Her fourth.
That's going to be Williams' fourth foul of the night. So Kenzie Matalonis will go back to the line shooting 1 and 1. 9-point lead for the Trojans, 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kenzie Matalonis at the line shooting 1 and 1. The first. Ooh, rolls around and in. The first one goes. Back up to a 10-point lead. Or 9-point lead. Same thing, close enough. Right?
John says.
John's telling me no. Well, the second one goes in. Now it's a 10-point lead.
So now it's 10 points, so you were right.
Yeah, I'm just a fortune teller. I just saw the future a little. DePina now with the ball for the Boxers. Falls into a trap right there and turns it over. Kenzie Matalonis now with the ball, brings it up. Finds up to Kaylee Matalonis. And the Trojans are going to play keep away with 8 seconds left here. Dacey now with the ball. She's going to... The Ninja's going to keep passing, and that's going to do it here for this game. The Trojans walk away with the 55-45 win over the Lady Boxers. Got to say the story, especially of that second half, is Kylie Piche, Skip.
Kylie Piche, I have her with 14 points, 12 in the second half.
So an outstanding game for Kylie Piche and for Fernandez on the side of Brockton. So for Skip Crossman, I'm Brian Berard. You've been watching BR Girls Basketball on BTV.